Hello and welcome to another EMR Quick Tip video. I'm Jared Karen. I'm joined by Amanda Diamond. And I understand, Amanda, that you have an issue you need some help with.
That is correct. So a provider asked me to administer a vaccine, but I'm just not sure how to obtain the order. I was hoping you could help me with that.
Yeah, that's a great question. So according to our immunization guidelines, we do need an order to give a vaccine. And so to do that, there is a form that the provider will find in the office visit template to enter those orders. And that's called the immunization main page. And it's in most of the office visit templates. And they'll open it and it'll look something like this. And you'll see here a couple things you want to notice. When the provider opens it, they're going to see some vaccines in black text with a checkbox and some that are grayed out. Basically, the black text is any vaccine that may potentially be appropriate for that patient. If it's grayed out, it means that that vaccine is not indicated because of the patient's age.
Oh, okay.
So they gray them out. That's one of the functions of the form that protects from clicking the wrong thing by accident. So all the provider will need to do here is actually just check off the vaccines that they want to order for the patient. They would just simply click the checkbox. And something to be aware of is that anything that has more than one product that can be used is going to have a drop down after the checkbox. So the provider will have to select which vaccine they're going to order. And it's only going to show options that are appropriate for the patient's age. So in this case, for tetanus, it would only show the DTaP. It doesn't show Tdap options because the patient's too young to get Tdap, right?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because this child's only 2.
Yep. Once they've got all the vaccines that they want, they'll just click this green button that says Provider Sign and Print Order. It'll add a signature and it will print a form. The form is going to have 2 things on it. It's going to have a printed copy of the order for you to use, and it's your consent form for the patient to sign.
Okay, and does it have like the screening questions on it as well?
Yep, it has all the screening questions, and it will adjust based on the type of vaccine. So if there's extra screening questions for the vaccine, they'll be on the form too.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah, so it's a pretty great little form here. So once that's done, you will actually see the order in the chart.
Oh, good. Okay, so I have it. It's in the patient's record here, and then I also have the order in my hand that I have the patient sign.
Right. So once you actually document in the chart, you'll see that, we administered this vaccine, and it's very clear that it was prescribed and ordered by somebody licensed to do that.
Okay, I see. So what about standing orders?
Oh, that's a really good question, Amanda.
Right, because we have a couple of them for pneumococcal vaccines, for flu.
Yeah, so standing orders would be the one exception to having a provider enter the orders. So in this case, with a standing order, you as the nurse or a clinical staff can go in and enter the order. So let me show you what that would look like. Basically, let's say we're going to give a flu vaccine to this kid, and you'll see the drop down here. 2 things you're going to do differently than what the provider would do. First, you're going to select an option that says standing order for this patient. And then you're also going to choose this second button on the right, previous written order on file. And it might seem kind of random, like why have a second button? But you'll notice when I click this, what it says in the chart is different. So instead of saying provider signature, it says previous written order and provider signature on file, and that you printed the order.
Okay, so I'm not ordering it per se. It's just saying that, hey, this provider signed the standing order previously.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right. So remember that the medical record's a legal document. So if we say provider signature, it looks like I'm the one who ordered the vaccine, even if that's not really what happened. So we don't want to put anything that's misleading in the chart because it could kind of look weird later. So this is a little bit cleaner in terms of the standing order. So it makes it very clear that this is under a standing order and you can kind of go ahead. So you don't need to interrupt your provider and be like, hey, I need an order for a flu vaccine. It's a standing order. So you can go ahead and do that if the patient meets the criteria.
Oh, that's nice. And I bet they'd like that too.
Cool beans.
Well, thank you for explaining all this to me, and this was very helpful.
You're welcome.